Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when we sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo and Jesse coming at you as the Avs lose 5-3 to the New Jersey Devils. Chat, you don't want excuses, right? We know what you're here to do. You're here to be mad, so be mad. Go ahead. The Avs are up 3-0. They lost 5-3. They gave up 5 unanswered goals to a bad hockey team, and they lost because they played like garbage for at least half the game. At least. So go ahead. You deserve to be mad. I'm fine with it. Keep in mind, it's one hockey game. They're still the best team in the West by like 12 points, I think.
Someone that said I'm tired of being happy with this team.
What?
I don't know. Go find another team then that does less winning. I don't know. Like,
go off. Like, genuinely, get your tweets off on this game. This is the game to be like, look at the Avs, fuck everything up, because they did. They blew it all. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong, from the second Cale Makar scored the third goal of the game to the end of the hockey game. Yeah, I don't know. You can,
so
king of the hockey game should be the NHL scheduler. I guess give it to Makar. Makar did something cool tonight.
Yeah, he did. He did do something cool.
We'll get to that in a bit. Okay. Let me start here.
Trade Rudo to CHGO. I don't think he'd hate that.
Look, given the numbers they're pulling out now,
hey,
the CHGO's doing okay, chat. The Avs
you leave hot dogs with no toppings out of this, all right?
That's not very CHGO of you to eat a hot dog with no toppings.
Plain hot dog.
The Avs had a 3-0 goal in this lead, but even the 3-0 lead kind of felt like bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, the Avs got kind of dunked on in the first period. They just scored on 2 power plays, and it was like, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I like you said, I fully get the frustration, fully get a 3-0 lead.
Yep. There's never a good way to spin that.
So, wow, we were keeping track of the Vegas game. They did lose to Philly.
Unreal.
Jeez.
And you're mad about the Avs losing a game.
Yeah. So, like, look, man, for me, there's a couple ways to look at this. One, yeah, you're upset. They got up 3-0, and what makes it hard is that we've seen this team constantly this season, over and over and over again, get out to leads and shut it down.
Yep.
They don't always play their best. Sometimes they're holding on a bit, but they shut it down and they get over the finish line. And again, you go back throughout this entire season, I actually think this is their first regulation loss in the second half of a back-to-back this year.
I think you're correct on that.
And so, you know, it hasn't been a problem. And so when you see it crop up, especially after last night where something similar happened, you get out to a big lead and you don't lock it down, it's easy to get frustrated and say, why is this team, why are they playing like this? But honestly, like at the end of the day, this really is, it's just another one of the 82 games. I don't think this game and last game define who this team is. I don't think that this will be a problem come playoffs. Here's what I do think. I think this was the first time all season where the Avs looked gassed.
I agree with that.
Gassed. Even after, usually what we've seen them do, not just this year, but in recent years under the Bednar regime, is there's been times when they get behind, they'll have a lead, they give up a lead, and then as soon as they fall behind, the switch flips and they come back, and maybe they don't always win, but they have a real strong push near the end. I mean, you and I were laughing.
Yeah.
The Avs fell behind, and like literally they're trying to bring that puck into the zone on the PK, and 4 guys are just standing still like And so one.
It's Landy carrying the puck across the blue line, and it's like he's moving in slow motion.
Right.
Like,
and so one, they looked tired. Mm-hmm. I also think there is a level of this, not this game necessarily, but just kind of this little stretch that we've seen him on here. I think there's a little bit of, I don't know if mental fatigue is the right word, but like, look, trade deadline's coming up in 2 weeks. Yep. They know, looking around that room, there's a couple of those guys that are gone.
Yep.
And I do think there is a bit of an uneasiness right now. Again, I'm not making the excuse for tonight. I'm just saying this general kind of last little week and a half run they're on. And I think there's some that are saying, for the love of God, can we just get through the next 2 weeks, get past this trade deadline, we know what our team's going to look like, and then let's fucking go.
It's human nature. Look at for the core of this team for the last 5 years. Every day they look at the schedule and they say, we have to win.
Yeah.
Today they look at the schedule and they'll go, oh, we're up by 12 points.
12 points.
On the next closest team. It's a back-to-back. We're out east. Mm-hmm. We've been playing our asses off for 55 games.
Yeah.
And they just didn't have the legs. They just did not have the legs. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse for blowing a 3-goal lead, but it was just obvious that this team couldn't skate for the entire second half of this game. They just genuinely did not move their feet at all.
You know, we like to say it a lot on this show, not making excuses, but we are here to give context.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that's important context to give. Now, there is another way you go. If you want to take the super homer take on this.
Here we go.
Which, yeah, fuck it. You know, I will. 3 of New Jersey's, not counting the empty netter, 3 of their 4 goals, it's like...
yeah.
That the fourth one to put them in the lead, Darcy Kuemper makes the save. And then the Devil, standing behind him in the crease, just happens to have it hit him and fall right in his lap.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah, dope. I can punch this one home. Their second one goes off of Sam Girard.
Sam Girard breaks up the pass, the cross crease pass. It rides up his stick directly towards the net, off Darcy Kuemper and in. And you look at that and you're like, what the fuck?
Right. And then their first one, Kuemper makes the initial save and it just hits Thomas Tatar and goes in. So again, like if you really want the homer side of it, you sit there and you say, New Jersey, I'm a huge believer in you earn your bounces.
Yep, they earned them for sure,
and they earned them. You know, they skated hard. You know, they came out, they were rested, and they wanted to. I mean, you could tell by those. This was a huge win for them, from a moral standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
They're way out of the playoffs. This is a huge win for them. They were jazzed up. They knew they had a tired Avs team coming in. Most would probably say they didn't deserve to be down 3-0.
Definitely not.
All credit to the Devils. They earned some bounces there, and they took advantage. Good for them. Good on them. But again, it's a disappointing night. I'm disappointed in the result, and I guess you could say the effort. Even though I do think there was a lot of that's just heavy legs.
Yeah, how do you define effort when it's like they just don't have anything left in the tank?
Right. So all of those are true, but this game, last night, single games don't define what this team has done this season. And going back to what we talked about in the pregame, no issues with Darcy Kuemper tonight.
None.
I actually thought there was portions of this game where he kind of kept them in it.
Yep. It was the first 10, 12 minutes of the third period. It was a 3-3 game because Darcy Kuemper was in it. And the real...
Could you throw up Ryan _
Ryzen. New Jersey's forechecking, from what I saw at the end of the game, was really good. They were straight up outworking the Avs, and the Avs looked very sloppy and a bit exhausted. Pretty much.
I think that's a great... You know, we do the 60 seconds, or we...
That summed it up.
Yeah. Like, honestly, the Avs looked tired. The Devils had their legs. They got a couple goals, and the Devils just said, we have better legs tonight, and we are just going to skate our asses off. They forechecked real hard. And again, it's not that I think the Avs don't care. but I mentioned it on a show a couple weeks ago. I think the Avs understand we need to be at our best 5 weeks from now.
Yeah, they know the score. They know.
Right. And again, no excuses. But it's just they know where they're at in the standings, and I do think there is a level of it that they know that Joe Sakic's up to something. They have a pretty good idea, and maybe it doesn't, right? They know that there's a good chance this team looks a little different in a few weeks, and a couple of those guys are going to be gone.
Yep.
I joked last night with a buddy that JT Compher scored that goal, and he probably celebrated at first and on his way to a bench like, trade value just went up. Fuck me. And I do think there is just a little bit of they're watching that. They're paying attention to it. To your point, they know where they're at in the standings. They want to get through these next 2 weeks. They want to have whoever's being brought in, and then it's a sprint to the finish. I think they're just kind of getting through these next couple weeks. Doesn't make the loss any less disappointing in the moment.
Yeah, and I don't look. No team should ever lose a hockey game when they're up 3-0. But if there was a game where you're like, I bet a team could lose this when they're up 3-0, it's this one.
Well, and I always 3-0 leads early in games are not as safe as a lot of people think they are. And the Avs jumped out to their 3-0 lead less than 5 minutes into
the second.
So, I mean, you've got basically 2 full periods for the Devils to get back into it. Again, what makes this one hard to swallow is that the Avs have been so good at locking teams down that seeing them not do it 2 nights in a row, you're like, that's a little weird. That's a little odd. It's something to keep an eye on. By no means is it something to worry about now.
There's no big conspiracy. There's no big secret. The problems in this game are blatantly obvious for Colorado. You don't have to do a deep dive analysis to see they shit the bed and had no gas left for the entire second half of this game.
Yeah. 9-2. Arizona has 9 goals. Are the Red Wings going to give up 10 goals twice in a season?
Well, one of which to the Coyotes?
Yeah. But, it is kind of funny when you look around the league on these couple nights where you say the Avs have lost kind of some bad games. And
Detroit is losing 9-2 to Arizona. It could be so much worse.
Toronto's given up 4 to Seattle. St. Louis is currently losing to Ottawa. The Rangers are getting smacked. The Lightning are tied 3-3 with the Jets. Like, I do think
Vegas lost to Philly.
Vegas lost to Philly, a desperate team that desperately needs points. I do just think that you are seeing some of these top teams. They played at such like a high clip up to this point that you are seeing a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Avs are much different than that. Now, with that, again, this is a disappointing night. You see him standing still, and you and I both made the comment, like, can you just blow the horn?
It was 4-3 with 6 minutes left, and you're like, the Avs are losing this game.
This is done. Like,
there's no reason to play this out.
Right. And like, it's honestly even one of those ones where had they won, everything about what we were saying would be the same, but it'd just be the sentence would end with, but you won, so who cares?
You won.
and tonight you didn't win, so you have to care a little bit, but all the same lessons would be taken out of this game had they won or lost.
Yep.
Is what it is.
Is what it is.
There was a couple good, couple things the Avs did well. I'll wait to get to Cale Makar, but like that first period, 2 power play goals.
Yeah, the power play was firing. They made it work. Do want to talk about it. Another good thing that happened. The 2 for a brew deal hit for Breck Brew.
Boom!
2 goals in the first period. God knows you needed a free beer for the second half of this hockey game, so I hope you got it. Go to breckbrew.com, keep your receipt. Breck Brew will pay for your first Breck Brew of the night when the Avs score 2 goals. It's literal free beer. I feel like I shouldn't have to advertise this because it's free beer. Everyone wants that. Go get a free Breck Brew every time the Avs score 2 goals. I love how, so if you're not at the bar, which you're not, the vibes at the bar have been very weird tonight.
Yeah.
because the Avs have done nothing but shit the bed. But everyone's like, yeah, the Avs have shit the bed, but Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Cale is literally dancing just off camera in full groove.
and like, fair enough.
Yeah, hell yeah. We needed something like that after this game.
Next week, no one will remember this loss. And next week, everyone will still be talking about Russell Wilson. So...
I do think they care if they get power play goals and lose, because that is something that...
You're always looking for positives to build off of.
Yeah.
If you're looking for positives to bet on, just follow Blaze's bets. The Avs shit the bed tonight, and he still got 2 out of 3, getting the assists from Landy and Taves. So,
yeah.
What more can you ask for? DraftKings, go over there, use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account. Yes, you can get amazing odds boosts every single day. I don't actually know their current promotion. I'm sure it's good. Hang on. Let me go find it, chat. Not prepared. All right. If you want to get into the conference championships, you can turn your team's victory into your own big win. Bet $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets if they win. That's what? 40 to 1 odds? 40 to 1 odds right there. Go jump on that right now.
I'm a real fan.
Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet. You can still join the action with DraftKings pools.
Above that.
Jump on DraftKings. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you get free money. You get free opportunities. They have pools all the time where it's like free to enter. If you hit every team correct, you win $250,000. There's no downside. The downside is you lose the nothing you put in to enter. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use that DNVR promo code. Bet $5 at any college team to win their conference. Get $200 in free bets if they do it. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Of course, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. So do that. Since I'm sure all of you are panicking, freaking out, thinking the Avs need to add something, we've got 8 videos out now for Avs trade deadline targets right here on YouTube. You can go watch the whole playlist right now. Today, we released Phil Kessel, Paul Stastny. Some interesting conversations to be had right there about how you can potentially help the Avs. If you think they need to add something, we cover all sorts of a range of things in that, and we got more to come through the rest of the week. So be sure to tune in to the trade deadline targets for the Avs. Go check that out. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I want to go over the Avs' goals in this game because the first one you have on the power play, you get the puck to a dangerous area. It's kind of just good hard work. Kadri or McKinnon, I don't even know what the official scoreline says at this point.
Yeah, let's see. Still McKinnon.
It's still McKinnon. Okay.
Yeah, McKinnon from Gabe and Mikko.
You throw a puck in deep, you get a good bounce, it goes in the net. Great. Second one, I feel like there's a bit more luck involved in that one. But
the Mikko one?
Yeah. Nico does.
Good pass across.
It was a good seam pass,
Yep.
and I do want to talk about that. Mikko kind of shoots it right into Nico Dawes' glove, and it just goes in anyway.
Yeah. I didn't get a great look at it because it was a really weird looking goal. Dawes almost looked confused that it beat him. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like the typical Mikko bullet.
Yeah, it was not a bomb of a shot.
So I'd love to get another look at that one because I don't know if it was luck, if Dawes just didn't track it. It was a weird one for sure.
But as you were saying, the Avs have moved off of the bumper play a little bit in the last couple of games on that power play. They've got 3 power play goals in their last 2 games now.
Just wait till they trade for Patty Kane.
Oh,
put him in the bumper spot.
Here we go.
You hear that absolute fact, chat?
Just get them riled up. Tonight's the night.
See, this is why I'm saying I'm so looking forward to morning skate on deadline day. AJ's saying it's terrible. I'm just going to be tweeting out I'm just like, Jonathan Taves, ... What does this mean? Never mind.
What team do they play on deadline day?
I want to say Edmonton.
I think that's right. I think you're correct. I'm trying to, who on Edmonton?
I'd be like, oh my God, McDavid just walked onto the Avs bench.
I just watched Draisaitl cross the hallway. And it's like, oh!
What is he doing? Oh my God. Yeah, it's at home against Edmonton. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you with nonsense. They moved off the bumper play.
The seam pass obviously worked on the second goal tonight, but it does feel like at least when the Avs aren't exhausted, they facilitated a little bit more motion on the power play, I think. Mm-hmm. A couple nights ago, you and I are both sitting here watching the game going, please move your feet.
Yeah.
Please.
Dude, just anybody. Anybody.
It's not that complicated.
Yeah. And that is why you really do. Again, it's not an excuse, but it's context. The fact that there were that many guys just standing that still with this leadership group that they've got from a team standpoint, with what their coaches look for, what they preach, you just know that there is something else to it on a night where you have that many guys standing flat-footed.
Yep.
They just look dog-tired.
Straight up. I don't think there's any... You can be mad that they were that tired. You can be mad if you think they have more. But I don't think there's any mental gymnastics you can do to tell yourself that they weren't just exhausted at the end of that game.
Right. And you can even be upset that, hey, you were that tired, you got out to a 3-0 lead, and then you let them back in it when theoretically playing with a 3-0 lead on a night where you're tired is like best case scenario.
Yep.
Because if you can just lock it down. But again, I really do. I think there was a bit of bad luck that got the Devils going.
Definitely.
And then the New Jersey just started running downhill, and the Avs they didn't have the legs to stand up and push back.
The way I like to put it is the Avs got up 3-0. They turned the engine off. And when the Devils started getting things going, the engine wouldn't turn back on.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you run out of gas.
That comment right there from Zachary, dude, that's spot on.
Yeah.
Like, you and I halfway through this game, we're like,
game was fucking
fuck.
Exhausting to watch.
And we're just sitting here watching it. On a couch. Very comfortable, very lazy.
Yep.
And it's like...
And it's not even like...
Hi, Brooke.
Yes, the Avs scored the first 3 goals of the game. They got outshot 14-8 in the first period.
Yeah.
Like, you're not coming out up here and be like, boy, the Avs sure played well. You're like, well, the Avs kind of scored 2 goals, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah. and honestly, again, give credit to New Jersey. They had every excuse. The Avs made it 2-0, go into the locker room. Devils say, all right, regroup. And the Avs come out and score early in the second. They had every excuse to pack it in, feel sorry for themselves, and let the Avs coast out of town with a win. They didn't. They pushed back, and it just couple bounces, and they got going. Credit to them. Again, I really like Darcy Kuemper tonight.
No problems with him. And he's going to end up with an over 900 save percentage in a game he gave up 4 goals in. Like,
right.
Avs kind of got caved.
Yeah. It happens, and there was a comment that went by long ago, and you don't need to pull it up, but someone said, how do we feel after if they lose Carolina? You have to remember, this isn't the NFL.
Yep.
Where one loss can be catastrophic.
Yeah.
This is an 82-game season. If they win and blow Carolina out, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, no, dope. Don't put too much stock in it. It's the same reason why, it's great that they beat Vegas twice earlier this year on the second night of back-to-backs in Vegas. That's awesome. But you don't put any playoff stock in that.
Yeah, it's the same thing we said on the pregame. if they win or lose any given game, you can feel great, you can feel terrible in the moment. But when you take a minute to look at the bigger picture, where the Avs are in the standings, the rest of the regular season really doesn't matter that much. Like someone put it in chat earlier, if the Avs play 500 hockey for the rest of the year, they end the season with 111 points.
Right.
Like,
and yeah, I mean, again, I've said it a few times this year. I think this team is saying we need to be dialed in on May 1.
Yep.
What happens between now and then is us, one, making sure that we are in a position to be dialed in and at 100% on May 1st. We want to know what our line combinations look like. Where do we have strengths? Where do we have weaknesses? How can we adjust? What are our better lineups or matchups for heavier opponents? What are our better matchups on nights where we have our legs? You know, you could make the argument that, wow, it would have been nice for them to find a combination tonight that here's a night you don't have your legs. Do you have kind of a shutdown look? But this is what the regular season's for.
And here's the thing. Like, honestly, I thought Eric Johnson looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, dude, 3 or 4 times. I specifically said out loud, great play. Nice play there. And that's the exact type of stuff that you are looking for out of Eric Johnson in the role that he's in. That has been the drum I have been pounding now since my first earlier season freak out on EJ, is that you need him to play within his role, and he's trying to do more than that. You don't need him to. What you got tonight from Eric Johnson is exactly what you need from your bottom pairing guys.
Agreed.
I thought Jack Johnson really struggled tonight.
The penalty that led to the game-tying goal is just
lazy.
Unacceptable. It's just unacceptable.
It's lazy, and like he even like followed through on the trip, and it's like, what are you doing?
Get your money's worth, I guess.
Yeah. You know you're taking him down, just fucking pull him down at that point. But yeah, there's a couple things that you can take out of this that you like, but seriously, had the Avs tied it up and won the game in overtime, I imagine that Jared Bednar is still pulling up a lot of the same film that he'd be doing anyways. One thing this team has been very good at is review it, watch it, understand it, move on.
Yep. That's and I think the big takeaway there, if you're looking at what you can do better, you know what? The Avs might have gotten away with gassed out, lazy ass play tonight if it wasn't for the Jack Johnson penalty and it wasn't for the Mikko Rantanen penalty. They took 2 terrible fucking penalties and it crushed them.
That's the other thing that we haven't even mentioned. They went up 3-0, and then part of what led to, I think, this game really snowballing and, you know, I used a phrase a minute ago, allowing New Jersey to kind of start running downhill, was not only did they give up those 3 goals, they took 3 consecutive penalties in the second.
Yep.
So even though they killed, I think, the first one, and then New Jersey scored in the second one.
2?
Did they kill the first 2?
I don't.
They killed 2 of the 3 in some order.
Yeah.
But again, it's you're sitting in your own zone. You're allowing New Jersey to start snapping the puck around, putting pucks to the net, winning battles, just getting puck touches and you know, possessing the puck. And you never gave the Avs never gave themselves a chance to start getting any momentum going back the other way because they put themselves in such a bad spot.
And you're on a night where we've already established they have heavy legs.
Yep.
And your PK unit is going out there to kill their 3rd penalty, 6 minutes of PKing in like 9 minutes of hockey.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course they're going to get dunked on.
And then you've got, you know, Nathan McKinnon and some of your top guys that don't kill penalties are now sitting there.
Yep.
And when you've got heavy legs like that, the longer you sit there, the harder it is to get your legs back moving.
You ever gone to a workout? You ever gone to leg day and then you sit down on the drive home for 15 minutes?
Yeah, dude.
And you try to get out of your car and you're like, oh, okay.
Dude, seriously.
That's what it's like.
That's exactly what it's like. Where you, make that noise right there.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dude, warm beer. I am such a firm believer. Like, for me to enjoy beer, it's got to be 31.8 degrees.
The mountains are blue.
Dude,
We got it.
Like, yeah, this blue. Like, I need them to be bursting off the can.
Yeah. All right. Our king of the game here, really quick. Very obviously, Cale Makar. One, he has a 2-point night, but way more importantly, breaks the franchise record, not the Avalanche record, the Quebec Nordiques and Avalanche, the franchise record for most assists games in a row.
Yep.
With 13 straight games with an assist. He also, by the way, has 20 points in those 13 games for a defenseman. Jesse's vibing to some Fallout
Dude, this is a great
Boy,
song.
right? I love this song. I played this just so you know.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Hell yeah. No, this is a fucking phenomenal song. Yeah, and he's also 2 games shy of the all-time point streak record by a defenseman.
Yep.
What's his first name? Duchesne, not Matt. The Nordiques Duchesne with an S.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. 2 games shy of that. And I mean, honestly, dude, I mean, this is, yeah, the Avs lost, but again, just doing unbelievable things. Very, very similar to the McKinnon goal against Calgary, where he's literally making 600 foot. Holy shit.
It's a triple length rink, baby.
Yeah, stacked Olympic rinks. He's making an impact on all 200 feet of the ice, breaks up the play in front of the net, goes the other way, and drives to the net. You and I were laughing.
Yeah.
Devon Taves took the shot from the face-off dot.
And Makar is the guy cleaning up rebounds.
In the paint. Like,
That's
it's like
insane.
It's nuts. And he's we talked about him a lot in the pregame.
Chat, we got it. It's Steve. We got it.
Okay. Oh, Steve. Steve Duchesne. Yeah, thank you. 2 shy of Steve Duchesne. But again, it's just, we talked about him a lot in the pregame. Makar is just a different breed of NHL defenseman. That I don't want to get way too far ahead of yourself, but he's starting to. His career path has started on he's going to be in that conversation for best of all time.
He's on a Hall of Fame track by it's year 3, and he's on a Hall of Fame track, and anyone who says no is crazy.
Yeah, you just don't like the Avs or don't like them. or you're a Quinn Hughes fan, like.
And even the
Quinn Hughes?
Even the Quinn Hughes fans are like, damn, Makar's pretty good.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I did decide during that game that I am officially hard out on Jack Hughes until he loses those fucking ear guards. He's like a total dork out there.
Ear guards make you soft.
Bro.
Boomer takes here on the DNVR Avs podcast.
Yeah, him, Clayton Keller, like, boo.
Not it. Well, did you have trouble watching the game tonight? I know I did. Trying to clip this game, the Avs feeds were rough out there, chat, let me tell you. So instead, go get Avaca TV. Just $25 a month. You can get it right on your television. Just get their receiver. It plugs right in. It's just like watching cable. They got altitude. They got you. Wow, excuse me. They got you covered for all of your local sports, even the Rockies. When they return, they'll have AT&T Sports Network. So jump on it. It's cheap, way cheaper than DirecTV or Comcast at $25 a month. You get all of your local Avs games. They also have some national channels too. So jump into it. Go get Avaca TV today. You can watch the Avs without any of the hassle that, let's face it, unfortunately, most of Colorado is used to the hassle by now. You don't have to live that way. Go to avaca.tv/DNVR. Pretty sure that's a DNVR one.
Yep, it is.
Sometimes they give us the Avalanche. They go back and forth.
I'm almost positive it's DNVR.
All right. It's DNVR. So EVOCA.
We're professionals.
.tv/DNVR. Look, I've already put more effort into this read than the Avs put into the second half of that hockey game. Come on.
Yeah.
Get yourself a Vodka TV. If the Breck beer wasn't enough for you, if you need a harder drink to forget about the Avs' lack of effort, Ranch Riders has you covered with their ranch water. They got either Reposado tequila or some 6X distilled vodka as your options for their cocktails in a can. They come with all sorts of flavors, whether it be the jalapeno, whatever it is. I don't even know the name of that one because I hate jalapenos. I'm sorry, Ranch Riders.
Dude, I'm not a jalapeno person.
Yeah, me either.
Like the heat, hate the taste.
Yeah.
I actually enjoy that food taste.
Yeah.
Wow. Yahir even.
Jeez, I got the official approval from Yahir.
But for all the jalapeno lovers, they have that. They have a handful of other flavors as well, or in the top-selling alcohols in the entire country. So clearly they're doing something correct. Not only that, but you try to drink Ranch Riders here at the bar upstairs. They stock them in the fridge most nights, and by the next day they're all gone. So everyone's drinking them. They're clearly delicious. Go check out Ranch Riders today and get yourself some of that sweet, sweet cocktail in a can. Oh, by the way, we got some cool stuff coming up. I'm just saying. Tune in Sunday night. Maybe the Avs win. Maybe we got a cool little thing planned. You know, you'll see. You'll see. That's all I'm saying.
Nom nom. No, those Columbus games were the worst losses of the season for me.
Yeah, I would agree. The Senators game is this wacky nonsense of a hockey game. It's whatever.
Once they really started pulling away from, hey, I got a little bit of traction on the bathrobes. I'm garnering some support.
Here we go.
I'm the man on the inside fighting the good fight for all you robe people.
DM Jesse about the robes.
Yeah.
Make it his problem.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. I need to show them how many people are interested so we can order exactly that many.
And sell out and we're done.
And then, see, look, we sold out. It was only 5. Sold out. Sold out of all 5, though.
I don't know why, but I feel like there is a market for bathrobes.
I know exactly why you think there's a market for bathrobes, because there absolutely is. Bathrobes are luxurious as hell.
I definitely buy one.
Bro, catch me in a plush-ass bathrobe, a little oversized, all winter long. Dead serious. If we get some white bathrobes with a nice black DNVR,
No. Like, there's a universe where I can be convinced of a bathrobe, but it's got to be black for sure.
All right. I'm on board. Get it like
Black DNVR underwear while you're at it.
yeah. Just slightly oversized. I'll do every show for the rest of the season with it. I'll do every show the rest of the way in one of those fucking things.
All right.
Hoodie or no hoodie on the bathrobe?
No hoodie. It's not a bathrobe if it has a hoodie.
Oh, hooded bathrobe. That's different.
That's like a boxing entrance
Yeah. Well,
get up.
See, that's not a bathrobe. That's just a robe. That's a
You're a wizard at that point.
Yeah. Like you chill and you order room service in a bathrobe with a hood. You know what I mean? Like you eat it on the balcony.
I don't even think, like, if you're ordering room service, like, hello? Yes, I would like some room service.
Who orders room service like that in general?
Someone who wears a hooded bathrobe.
I mean, you don't have to be like part of the empire to do it, but like, dude, yes, seriously, give me a. And then someone, I think it may have even been Megan, suggested some DNVR slippies to go with them. Ooh,
I can get behind.
Flag on it?
I can get behind slippies way more than I can get behind a bathrobe. I
hey,
think
we can do it all. We can do it all. Like I said, I'm fighting for you people.
Good luck.
Catch me in one. Hood up, just undone just a little bit, and I'm gonna get a Val Nichushkin gold
to
chain.
see your chest hair.
Yeah. Well, no,
okay.
like I said, I'm gonna get a nuke golden chain.
Oh my god.
So that that's all. You can just see that these lights are hitting just the glimmer of the gold.
I'm all for it.
Yep. See, and we got Ya here.
Awful.
We're getting there. I was talking to Merchel yesterday. He's on board.
Have to have pockets, absolutely.
Oh yeah. These are gonna be white robes. White robes with some black piping on them, black logo. Oh man.
You're gonna wear a white robe up here.
Yeah, I am.
On a show.
Yep, that's right. Who cares if it's overexposed? Not my problem. That's Yahir's problem.
I care about that beer spilling all over your white robe.
And you love getting the wings, too.
True.
Hey. These are sacrifices you have to make in the robe life, all right? You got to be a little bit more careful if you're wearing a robe.
Would you have two, one for home and one for the bar?
I've already got 2 at home, so I'd keep this one in I'd keep it in like a suit bag, always on the hanger.
Lock it in with
yeah. Come in in regular clothes, change into the robe and slippies. It's gonna be a phenomenal look.
Okay.
Phenomenal. Can't wait.
I think we have like 1 or 2 super chats. 3.
Woo.
Whatever the opposite of Dr. Dubs is, $5 from Justin. This felt like Dr. Dubs, but then you like took the whole bottle of pills and overdosed.
Yeah, this is like if you went to like a provider that wasn't in your network, and it's like
they slap you with the bill 2 weeks later.
Yeah, and they didn't even like fix what you went in there for.
Right.
Like, yeah, you went in there for like some like joint pain, and they gave you some ibuprofen, and then charged you $500 a tab for it. It's like, fuck.
$6.99 from Johnny. Can you please pull up the
69.
last time a Gerard shot from the point made it to the net or past the first player? Literally last game.
Yeah.
And look, if y'all want to be mad at Gerard, that's totally your business. Fine. You're allowed to like players and dislike players for whatever reasons you choose. But can we keep it based in reality?
I was gonna say, dude, I really don't get. Has he been? I don't even want to say. Like, he's been fine. Like,
he hasn't been that bad.
Right. I was gonna say, has he been below the caliber that we've come to expect from his first couple years in Colorado? In the last 2 weeks? Absolutely. 100%. But again, that's my thing. All right, cool. So behind Sam Girard, you've got Jack Johnson, Eric Johnson, Ryan Murray, and Curtis McDermott. And there's this unquenchable thirst to move Sam Girard.
Make the Avs defense actively way worse.
Way worse. And I just don't get it. Again, to the point here, he struggled lately. He's riding the struggle bus a bit, for sure. Driving it maybe even. Just hasn't been that as bad as you would think if you were on Twitter.
And totally. Call out his bad plays. 2 games ago, yeah, he had a bunch of them. Tonight, everyone's all up in arms because he made a good play, stopped a cross-crease pass from getting across and preventing what should be a sure goal, and the puck fucking ricochets awesome and goes in, and it's like... Yeah. Yes, it sucks, but how do you fix that? You have him make that play every time, and 95 out of 100 times, it just bounces off him and goes to the corner.
Yeah, it goes harmlessly away. Didn't happen tonight.
I'm fine with y'all being salty. I'm fine with y'all being mad at the Avs, but let's not go to fantasy land. Let's be mad at the things that actually are happening.
Yeah. Yep.
$2 from Vaguely Sober. It was 3-0.
Screaming Daigle voice. That's hilarious. Yeah. No, I mean, seriously, if there's anything to be mad about tonight, it is that.
Yep.
It was 3-0.
100%. I don't care if you're exhausted. I don't care the scenario. You're up 3-0 with 35 minutes left in the hockey game. That's a game you should win. Full stop.
At bare minimum, get a point.
Yep.
Get a point. So I get it. Yeah, Vaguely Sober. I think that's a good one. If there's anything to be mad about, it's that. Didn't send in a super chat, but I do want to shout out my sister. She's watching right now, carrying 2 babies around in her belly there. So
that's too many.
She's 5'0". I don't know how she's physically gonna do it, but shout out Brooke. Thanks for. If I had 2 humans growing in me, I wouldn't even be able. I'd be like, I'm not turning that shit on. I don't have the energy for that.
Yeah. If I, as a man, had 1 human growing in me, I'd be deeply concerned.
I'd be pretty upset. I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be looking for someone I could talk to for sure. Yeah. But yeah, no. Shout out Brooke. Thanks for tuning in. Always.
Shout out all the women in our lives.
Yes.
It is Women's
International
Women's Day.
Yep.
here at DNVR.
What an appropriate sound for International Women's Day.
We, of course, have Allie and Marissa. Lindsay's not really working for us anymore, but we still love you, Linz.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Leah down with PHNX
Leo,
Coyotes.
Yep, over there. I don't know the Chicago people well enough yet. I'm sorry, Chicago.
I was going to say, I'm still going through all like the player cards.
Yep. We're still learning our new friends. But genuinely, the women here at DNVR are some of the hardest working people that I know.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't seen Allie for like 2 weeks.
because she's doing everything.
right.
She's doing Michaela at PHNX. Thank you, chat. Megan.
Yes.
Megan.
Oh, my God.
Literally on our beats.
We're fired.
We should be fired for that one. She's working crazy hard too.
She's even in the chat right now.
Yeah, she's so mad at us
Megan,
right
I'm
now.
sorry that
Yeah.
Rudo did that to you.
Wow, that's how it's gonna be.
Happy birthday, Allie!
And happy birthday, Allie. That's
if
correct.
it makes you feel better, Megan, I remembered you before I remembered my wife. At least you got that going for you.
Yeah.
But all of them, all the women in your lives, go
Hannah
give them some cred.
Hannah got in a car accident today.
Oh no,
Less than ideal International
that
Women's Day
seems
for
like
her.
it doesn't add up.
Yeah. And the shitty, I mean, I guess it's the best part, and also like it's body damage, like the car's drivable and stuff. So it's like, oh, nice. Here's a headache. Here's a fucking giant chore to take
just a
care of
problem
later.
now.
Yeah. Here's a massive inconvenience and a ton of errands 3 months from now. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's no bueno. Yeah. I think there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember it. Go be mad all night, or don't. Be happy that the Broncos got Russell Wilson instead. I don't care.
Be whatever you want at this point.
Exactly. Be whatever you want.
So let's see here. Blackhawks are up 7-3 on the Ducks.
Okay.
Yeah, Knights lose to the Flyers. Maple Leafs squeak one out against the Kraken. Jets over Lightning 7-4.
Wow.
Senators over Blues 4-1.
Yeah.
Wild over Rangers 5-2. Not a great night for top teams in the NHL.
You're not feeling great about a lot of those teams. So
Yep.
it's not that we don't care about the results of the Avalanche. I want to explain this because some people have been getting after me for like, Rudo, how can you not care about this team? It's not like that. It's not that there's a lack of care about the team. It's just an understanding of where things are and that the results of this games really have little to no impact on the Avalanche's season.
Right. Well, and Jared Bednar said it a few weeks ago. I think it was after the Arizona loss, where he said, look, I'm never going to judge this team purely based on the results. And I want to judge them on the process and how are they playing. Now, again, tonight's not a great example of that. But the point to me of that statement is you're not always going to get favorable results. Again, sometimes you earn a good result, sometimes you don't. The Avs had an instance just last week where they earned a better result than they got. Tonight, they kind of got the result that they
definitely deserved
that
it
they
tonight.
deserved and earned. And I do just want to say, Brooke, sister, who is watching, when I took my trip to Mexico a couple weeks ago, we were staying an all-inclusive, and they water, all the alcohol there is shit.
So you're just flexing on us right now.
Well, no. Jesus. So I just started ordering champagne because they had to pop the cork on it, like pretty much every time you went up to the bar. So I was like, all right, I know that's now full. I know that's full boat alcohol. And so I converted myself over the course of a week. I don't drink mimosas anymore. I just drink straight up champagne. So Brooke just made the great point. She's like, no problems in a white robe, just drinking straight champagne. Catch me on this fucking post-game show drinking out of champagne flutes exclusively from here on out.
Fucking fancy Jesse.
That's right.
That's what we're going to call you. Look, take a moment. Remember how you felt when the Avs were 4-5-1?
Yeah.
Compare that to how you feel about the Avs now. Is it even close?
For some people, probably.
I don't think it should be, but if it is, I guess do you. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah.
If you want to feel that way, feel that way.
That's right. That's right, Megan.
I also, if you feel that bad about it, if the Avs come back and dominate Calgary in a couple days, I expect you to feel real good about it then, right? That's how the math adds up?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You have to live and die on every game. You have to be like Ovechkin was in their cup clinching game. That third period where literally every play
yeah.
That's how you have to be for an entire 82-game season.
Look, if you have the emotional energy to do that, power to you.
Keep in mind, this isn't one 82-game season. This is 82 one-game seasons. So you have to, you have to fall apart after every one.
Yeah, sorry, the Carolina game. The Calgary game is on the 13th, I think. They play Calgary and Carolina. Care about those games. Those are the ones that are coming up next. Anyway.
My remote start won't work because my gas light's on. Now my car's going to be all
killing
cold.
Is that our final thought? The Avs gaslight was on tonight?
Yeah, 100%. Let's end it there. My gas light's on and my car won't start. Their gas light was on all night, and they pushed it out of the driveway and then stalled out.
Definitely tried to push starter, and it didn't work out too well. We're going to get out of here, chat. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We appreciate y'all a ton. Like, subscribe here on YouTube. Go rage into the night if that's what you want to do. We will talk to you tomorrow about some trade rumors.